Hey everyone, welcome back to the AI Weekly from Techie Talks AI. I am Afijit and buckle up because this week the AI world didn't just shift, it erupted. We are talking about breakthroughs that happened so fast, OpenAI literally declared code red. We have got a Chinese startup matching GPT-5, Google striking back harder than ever, Amazon unveiling agents that work for days without stopping, and Tesla's humanoid robot just ran, and yeah, that's as cool as it sounds. This is the week when agentic AI moved from hype to reality. And trust me, the race is on. Let's dive in. DeepSeek just did something that should terrify the entire Silicon Valley establishment, and it costs 70% less to run. So here is what happened. On December 1st, DeepSeek dropped not one but two new models, V3.2 and V3.2 Special. And here is the thing that everyone's talking about. They matched the performance of OpenAI's GPT-5 and Google's Gemini 3 Pro on multiple benchmarks. But here is the real shocker, the cost. Thanks to something called Sparse Attention Architecture or DSA, these models cut inference costs by 50%. Processing a 300-page book, that's now $0.30 instead of $1. Why this matters? For years, the narrative was simple. You need massive compute to compete. DeepSeek just shattered that myth. They proved that architectural innovation and smart engineering can do what raw dollars couldn't. The V3.2 also introduces something called thinking in tool use, which means it can reason through problems while executing code, conducting searches, and manipulating files all autonomously. The catch? DeepSeek acknowledges their knowledge breadth still lags behind proprietary models, but they are fixing that by scaling training compute. Basically, they are just getting started. This is not just a technical milestone, it's a geopolitical one. Open source beats closed source on cost. China beats the US on efficiency. And the entire frontier model calculus just changed. Which brings us to OpenAI, and they are not happy. 2 weeks ago, Google dropped Gemini 3. It was fast, it was capable, and it hit 120 countries in a single day. That was a confidence move, the kind of move that says we are shipping day one. Sam Altman noticed, and on Monday, December 1st, an internal memo went out at OpenAI. The headline, Code Red. They literally used the same emergency declaration that happened inside Google when ChatGPT dropped. And now it's happening to them. Here is what the memo said. All hands on deck. Agents, Pulse, shopping integrations, all getting delayed. Every resource is shifting to speed, reasoning, personalization, and steerability. Oh, and they are teasing a new reasoning model dropping next week. What does this tell us? OpenAI sees Gemini 3 as a legitimate threat. Not because Gemini 3 is technically superior, it's not clear-cut, but because Google shipped with conviction and at scale. 120 countries, day one. That's a power move. This is the first time in years we have seen OpenAI visibly react to competitive pressure. And they are not sitting quiet, they are accelerating. But let's talk about what Google actually built. Because Gemini 3 is legitimately impressive. On November 17th, Google released Gemini 3 and CEO Sundar Pichai, remember? He was the one who panicked when ChatGPT dropped. This time, he went on the offensive. Here is the scorecard. Gemini 3 tops the LMArena leaderboard at 150 on ELO, the highest score on this community-curated ranking of frontier models. It's answering PhD level questions on humanities last exam at 37.5% accuracy without tools. On GPQA Diamond, it's hitting 91.9%. But here is the real flex. Gemini 3 DeepThink. This is Google's answer to reasoning models. In testing, DeepThink hits 41% on humanities last exam and an unprecedented 45.1% on ARC AGI 2. This isn't incremental progress. This is a leap. And Google didn't just build it. They shipped it at scale. It's in Google search. It's in the Gemini app. It's in AI mode for Google subscribers from day one. Gemini 3 is also Google's most powerful multimodal model yet. It can understand text, images, video, code, and generate dynamic visual layouts and interactive simulations on the fly. The catch? Google AI Pro and Ultra subscribers only for now. But the fact that Google's moving this fast suggests everyone's moving faster. While Google and OpenAI are battling at the frontier, Amazon is solving a different problem. How do you actually deploy this stuff? AWS held its annual reInvent conference this week, and the theme was clear. Agentic AI is here. Amazon announced 3 new frontier agents, and this term is important. These aren't chatbots you prompt once. These are autonomous systems designed to work for hours or days without constant human intervention. The 3 agents. Cairo, the autonomous coding agent, learns your coding style, works independently, can spend days writing and testing code. AWS Security Agent handles code reviews, threat detection, security workflows. AWS DevOps Agent automates incident prevention, deployment workflows, system recovery. Here is the shocking part. Early customers like Anthropic are reporting it works. Netflix is testing it. Reddit is using it. Beyond agents, Amazon also announced Nova Forge, a new platform that lets organizations blend proprietary data with Amazon's datasets to build their own models. This is open training, a step beyond just open sourcing models. Nova Act achieves 90% reliability for browser-based UI automation. Hertz accelerated development by 5 times using it. Amazon Bedrock Agent Core, memory, policy, and evaluation tools for production-ready agents. You can now set agent boundaries using natural language. And the chip news? Trainium 3 is AWS's latest AI training chip, and it's 4 times faster with 4 times more memory than previous gen. Plus, it's 40% more energy efficient. Customers like Anthropic are already reporting 40 to 50% cost reductions. The big picture? AWS just announced 18 new models for Bedrock, including Mistral Large 3 and Google's Gemma 3. They are positioning themselves as the neutral platform where anyone can deploy any model. Alright, let's shift from cloud to hardware, because Tesla Optimus just made a move that signals we are entering the age of embodied AI. On December 2nd, Tesla released a video. Optimus, their humanoid robot, is jogging. Not walking, not shuffling, running. And the comments from the team just set a new PR in the lab. What's actually happening here? Tesla's running Optimus at 50% and 25% speeds. The robots using end-to-end neural networks to process sensor data in real time and adapt its movements. This is a massive jump from the 1.5 miles per hour walking demos we saw in 2023. At full speed, engineering extrapolations suggest 5 to 10 miles per hour is possible. Tesla just hired Yulin Chen, a machine learning researcher who spent 4 years at Apple building robotics and autonomous systems. He posted on X, "This dream is finally within reach," and he is calling Optimus the ultimate dream of our generation. Why did he leave Apple? Because Tesla is producing humanoids. Apple is still in research mode. Tesla's pilot line is already churning out units, and they are building a massive factory at Gigafactory, Texas, designed for 10 million units per year. The timeline: Optimus Gen 3 production intent prototype, Q1 2026. 1 million units annually by late 2026. Full-scale manufacturing in Texas, 10 million per year potential. Target manufacturing cost, $20,000 per unit at scale. The competition? Figure AI is also moving fast with their Helix AI-powered humanoid. Chinese companies like Unitree are making aggressive moves. Globally, the humanoid race is intense. This is the beginning of embodied AI going from labs to factories to homes. And Tesla is betting that Optimus will eventually account for 80% of the company's valuation. Elon literally said that. Now, while Tesla is building physical robots, Anthropic just built something equally important, a business model that's printing money. Two major announcements this week. Claude Code hits $1 billion. In just 6 months, Claude Code, Anthropic's agentic coding platform, hit $1 billion in run rate revenue. That's not venture scale growth. That's real, paying customers at enterprise scale. To accelerate this, Anthropic is acquiring Bun, a lightning-fast JavaScript runtime. Why? Because Bun helps scale Claude Code's infrastructure. They are literally buying the technology stack to keep pace with growth. Claude for non-profits. Anthropic launched Claude for non-profits in partnership with Giving Tuesday, offering up to 75% discounts on Claude Sonnet 4.5 and Claude Haiku 4.5. Early partners. The Epilepsy Foundation built Sage, a 24/7 AI companion trained on 25,000 plus pages of epilepsy expertise, now available in 5 languages to 3.4 million Americans. The International Rescue Committee is using Claude for field data analysis. Robinhood is using it for grant writing. The production updates. Claude Opus 4.5 outperforms Gemini 3 Pro on coding benchmarks and beat human engineers on internal exams. 20 to 30 times faster on complex tasks. MCP, Model Context Protocol, 2025-1125 spec, enterprise-ready update introducing asynchronous tasks, enterprise OAuth with CIMD, and formal extensions framework. This is the protocol that lets AI agents safely collaborate without sharing screens. Anthropic went from scrappy startup to $350 billion valuation in months. Claude Code is the proof point. Agentic AI doesn't just work, it generates revenue. Here is something most people aren't talking about. The entire AI ecosystem just tilted. Chinese models take Silicon Valley. This week, reports surfaced that Silicon Valley startups are building on Chinese open source models. Models like Qwen from Alibaba, DeepSeek variants, and others. The numbers? 540 million downloads of Chinese models on Hugging Face as of October. That's not niche, that's mainstream. Why? Cost, data control, efficiency. Early stage startups can't afford OpenAI's enterprise tier, but they can fine-tune Qwen on their proprietary data and on the model. That's powerful. This week, Mistral AI dropped Mistral 3, a 10 model family including Mistral Large 3, their most powerful open weight model ever. 41 billion active parameters, 675 billion total parameters, multimodal, multilingual, Apache 2.0 license. Mistral Large 3 is genuinely competitive with closed models, and you can run it anywhere. Enterprise AI agent adoption. Across Asia Pacific, 40% of enterprises are already deploying AI agents. Over 50% are planning to add them by 2026. Regional AI spending is forecast to nearly double from $90 billion to $176 billion by 2028. India AI mission just deployed 38,000 GPUs at subsidized rates, $65 per hour. Bharat Gen AI, India's first government-funded multimodal LLM supporting 22 Indian languages, is powering startups and government services. India's tech sector is projected to hit $280 billion in revenue this year. Embodied AI goes strategic. China just officially made embodied AI-powered robotics, a strategic priority in its 15th five-year plan. Beijing believes true AI dominance comes from physical world AI, not just digital LLMs. This is a different bet than Silicon Valley, and it's a long-term play. The AI world isn't just fragmenting geographically. It's diversifying in capability, reasoning, multimodal, embodied, agentic, sovereign. Every region is building the stack that makes sense for their needs. What this means for you? So we have covered a lot. Let's ground this in what actually matters. If you are a developer, learn agents fast. Cloud Code, AWS Frontier Agents, and Grok are changing how software gets built. Open source models like Mistral 3, Qwen, and DeepSeek are production ready. You don't need closed models anymore. MCP is becoming the standard protocol for agent tool communication. Build on top of it. If you are an enterprise, agentic AI is now. AWS, Anthropic, and Google all have production-ready agent platforms. Pilots matter. Deployment matters. Cost is collapsing. Sparse attention and efficient models mean your AI infrastructure spend just went down. Humanoid robotics are 18 to 24 months away from industrial deployment. Start thinking about automation strategy now. If you are an investor, the frontier models are maturing. The next wave is applications. Cloud Code is $1 billion revenue proof point. Expect others. Energy efficiency is the new mode. Trainium 3, Sparse Attention, and Edge deployment are the next battlegrounds. Embodied AI is the 5-year bet. If you are not watching humanoid companies and sovereign AI initiatives, you are behind. If you are worried about AI, speed matters. Gemini 3 Day 1 rollout and OpenAI's Code Red show that execution is now as important as capability. Governance is lagging. Agentic AI safety is still mostly voluntary. Expect more scrutiny. Job displacement is real, but so is upskilling. The 2026 job market will reward people who work with AI, not against it. This week wasn't just about model releases. It was about a phase shift. Frontier models are becoming commoditized. Agentic AI is production ready. Embodied AI is getting manufactured. And the entire competitive landscape just shifted from who builds the biggest model to who deploys it fastest and smartest. If you are not thinking about agents, efficiency and execution, you are going to get left behind. So here is your action. Subscribe so you don't miss next week's news. Comment what surprised you most this week. DeepSeek, Gemini, Anthropic, the humanoid robots? And yeah, next week's going to be insane. OpenAI is dropping their new reasoning model. More agent releases, probably more robotic news. Stay sharp. The AI revolution isn't coming. It's here. So that's for this week from Techie Talks AI. I am your host Abhijit and see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.